Have you ever heard people talking about fractals and you're not sure what that means? Let me show you an example. Welcome to the 12-Minute Trading Market Minute for Monday, the 23rd of January. Now, a fractal by definition is a pattern within a pattern within a pattern. So you can think of this as maybe like a tree, and a tree has got different trunks coming off of it. And each of these trunks coming off of this have several smaller branches on here. And each one of these smaller branches has also got the same thing going on. So each one of these smaller branches is really like a miniature version of the entire tree. And you can see this across leaves or cabbage or just about anything else in nature. And we tend to view the financial market as kind of an organism, a great big organism with millions of members in it that all kind of acts as something organic. And so we can also see fractals within this. Here we have a triple pane chart with the monthly chart over here, the weekly in the middle, and then the daily over here. And what I'm starting to see is, again, things line up for a huge move going forward. So we have, over the last several months, price has gone really nowhere on the S&P 500. And because of this, we have a lot of nonlinear action. And as far as the energy of this market, it is full. It is ready to go. There's a lot of potential energy for the next move. Now what we're seeing at the weekly chart, the same thing. For the last several weeks, we're seeing essentially no net price movement. This is nonlinear price movement, which means that this is also full energy. And until today, we were seeing essentially the same thing on the daily chart as well, too. So all three of these charts were showing tons and tons of potential energy to start to move, and range contraction will lead to range expansion one way or the other. And this is what we've been talking about for the last several weeks, like we're sitting on this huge move. Well, that move might have started today. Could this be the very new beginning of a bull market? Now, that's not the only fractal that I'm seeing is in terms of energy. It's also something that we're seeing in terms of price patterns. Here's the daily chart of the S&P 500 for about the last year. And if you go onto Twitter or just about anywhere else in social media that covers markets, you will see people talking about this enormous inverted head with shoulders pattern that now appears to be releasing above the neckline. An inverted head and shoulders pattern is a bullish chart pattern with basically the upside target being appended to this distance here from the neckline to the bottom of the head pattern, which in this case is about 700 points. It could be appended to this, which is giving us a target measured move of about 4,700. And that's pretty exciting for a market that everybody had given up on a week ago, and everybody was agreed that 2023 was going to be a terrible year for the S&P 500. This is why markets like to go in the opposite direction that everybody else looks for. But did you know that there's also a fractal here? What we're seeing is a smaller head and shoulders pattern within here on the daily chart, which now has just put in the right shoulder and is breaking out from this neckline. So we have fractals here on the daily chart, and this one you'd have to say is on the weekly chart. This is a great big weekly pattern. We have patterns within patterns, and they're all aligning for a potential break to the upside. We'll start to give this a little bit more gravity if the price is able to break above 4,100 on a closing basis. But man, what a strong move, and more than a 2 standard deviation movement in just the last 2 days in the market. Watch those fractals, and we'll see you in the next edition of the Market Minute.